Today for library, we are now starting something new. We are diving into research. Now, if you will remember from last year, when we did research, we got to choose an animal, and you're going to get to do the same thing again this year. So choose an animal, not the same one as last year, choose an animal that maybe you don't know a whole lot about, and you want to learn some new facts, become an expert on them. We will be using Pebble Go, or there is another one called Pebble Go Next that you'll have the choice between the two of them. Pebble Go is a little bit easier, and you'll see Pebble Go Next has a little bit more information for you to research. What you'll be doing once you select your animal, you're going to be filling out a graphic organizer that has lots of different information on characteristics, what they look like, their diet, that's the food they eat, interesting facts about the animal, their habitat, which is their home. And then on the bottom there, you'll be putting the source, which would be either Pebble Go or Pebble Go Next. And I'll be sharing a couple of other links too, just in case you need more information that Pebble Go did not have enough. And remember, with research is where we find that true information in a trusted source. And we know that Pebble Go is a source that we can trust a lot more than just Googling it, right? We don't know those websites, whether or not there's ones that we can trust. And we also need to make sure that we're finding that information before we write it down. So for example, you may know that zebras are black and white, but I want you to find that information first on Pebble Go or the website you're looking at, then write it down. That proves that it's true in your brain, and then you can write it down that that was your source of that information. All right, let's go ahead and take a look.
Here we are in the Library Schoology course, heading into this week's folder and into today's folder, whatever day today is. First off, of course, is watching the video. Then it says visit Pebble Go and research one animal. And as soon as you click this link, you're going to see this message come up. Your browser is not supported, and that is not true. That message is only coming up just because we are actually within Schoology here. So you're going to hit this button right down here, and you'll notice a little menu pop up and choose Open in Safari. And here's the 3 different databases that we have to choose from: animals, science, and biography. So you're going to go ahead into animals. And you can see it's broken down into a lot of different categories here. And some of these are huge. For example, if you head over here into mammals, you can see all the different types of mammals that they have it broken down to. Or if we went on into woodland mammals, you can see all of these ones too. Or you could also search for an animal up here if there's a particular one you have in mind and want to see if we have it. So let's take a look here. So let's say we chose deer that we wanted to do. Remember here that there's each of these tabs that have all of this information. So we can see page 1 here is body. We can either read this information or click
Deer
the
are mammals
speaker to have
with
it read
hooves.
to us.
Deer are mammals with hooves.
We can go to each one of these tabs to look at other facts. And then right down here, there are 3 other things you can take a look at. A video that you can watch them in their habitat, listening to the different sounds they make, or there's also a range map here that you can get some facts there of where they are found. Okay. I also want to point out to you, looking back in Schoology here, there is a purple folder called Need More Websites. Pebble Go, you can see Pebble Go's a little bit basic, so I want to show you. I put 4 additional websites here. There's National Geographic Kids, Animal Fact Guide website, World Wildlife Federation, and San Diego Zoo for Kids. These are all incredible websites, a lot of really great photos. So if you're not finding an animal you like in PebbleGo, there's not enough research in PebbleGo, it's just too basic, not enough information, you can definitely grab any one of these websites. They're all open to you. So instead of going into PebbleGo for step 2, you can go into any one of these. Okay? So once we're exploring all those websites and we choose our animal, now what? That is step 3 right here, Animal Research Graphic Organizer. Okay, so what it says to do here, watch my video first, go to PebbleGo or any of those other websites I showed you and choose an animal to research, fill out the organizer. We actually have 3 different options here on how we can fill out the organizer. So we could use the app Notability. We could take a screenshot and use the markup tools that are within your photo app. Or if that's way too much and you just want to go old school and you have the ability to print it, you could definitely print it out, write on it, and take a photo of it to upload. And even if you really would prefer a printed out copy and you don't have a printer, but you're an in-person student, you can also send me a message and let me know that you would like a printed out copy. I can always bring you one too, because sometimes that's just a lot easier. Just make sure you're saving these notes because we're going to be using them for our next part of our research project. Okay, so where do we find this graphic organizer? It's right in here. And there it is, Research Graphic Organizer. Okay, so you can see this is what it looks like here. Now, from here, if I wanted to take a screenshot of it, I could take a screenshot of it. Whoops. And I could then take it into my camera. And I guess I should crop it a little bit here. I could take it and save it in my camera here, and then I could go back and let's see my recent photos here. 3 dots and markup. So I could actually use some of the markup tools to either write on here or use any of the text boxes that I want to do too. That could work. Another option you have to filling out this graphic organizer is you could send it out to Notability. So heading to this arrow and box out here, you will see it as one of your apps here if you have it downloaded on your iPad. And then you would say create new note and then import. Okay, so it's telling me that it's in Notability now. So when I head to Notability here, get to the right one and refresh it. Here we go. I'm going to look in under my notes here called Research Graphic Organizer. And there it is. You can see it's sideways here, but you can always turn your screen here so you can get most of the whole thing in. Now, there's a lot of different tools here. Really, the most important ones we need to know, the finger one. The finger one is good for scrolling across it to make sure that we are not doing this as we're scrolling across. See what it's doing there? Let me hit the undo to get rid of it. The eraser is important here in the middle, so if I erase, I can do this too. And then you can see a couple of different ways to write. I can use this pencil tool, and it comes in all different colors here. Or there's the text box. Text box is a little bit tricky, especially since our paper is sideways here. We'd have to turn all of our text boxes. So for the most part, it'd probably be the easiest just to do this pencil tool. So what you would do then as you were filling it out is, whoops, let me get it turned here. You would just use, if you had a stylus or something, to right in there, you'd write your animal as you're researching it and the color of it, the number of legs, all that information as you are researching it. Down here, how I learned about my animal, that's where you're going to put the source. That would be whatever website you used. If you decided on Pebble Go or maybe one of those other websites that was in the purple folder, maybe San Diego Zoo, maybe National Geographic Kids, whatever website you decided on. Okay, fill out as much of this as you are able to. Hopefully you're able to find all of this information. Then to send it back, we're going to take a look right here at this button to share it. And you can see Schoology is not listed here, so we're going to go to Other Apps and just Share Note. All right, so now we have to choose Schoology. So go through your apps here to find Schoology. Now there's mine right there, copy to Schoology. If for some reason you don't see it on yours, you may need to go into these 3 dots here to find Schoology. All right, so let me choose copy to Schoology. Okay, so for yours, you're going to actually say, you can see I'm in teacher mode here, so that's why mine says drop back to student. You are going to actually choose right here, submit to assignment, and it'll show you all your courses. So you'd go into your courses, just like I have all my tons and tons of library courses. And then you would submit it to the assignment here. So you would choose Animal Research Graphic Organizer. Okay, so you would choose that right there. It will load it, and then you will be done. Okay, now if markup is too much and notability is too much and you just need a break from all that technology, guys, another option, just grab a piece of paper and write down this information on it. You could also do that too and snap a picture and submit it to this assignment. That's completely okay as well. Just because I understand sometimes the technology can get frustrating. So if you were to do that, you would hit the submissions tab over here, and in the plus sign, blue plus sign, you would just upload a photo of the notes that you did on the piece of paper. Okay, so don't get frustrated by all that. All right, don't hesitate to reach out to me as you're doing your research about your animal and filling out that graphic organizer. I'm definitely here to help if you need any help at all. Just send me a Schoology message or something like that and reach out if you need me.